Hi everyone, and welcome to our Solarplaza Up Close. During this Up Close, we get the chance to delve deep into a topic or market with a great speaker. That is why I am very happy to be joined today by Oscar Bonilla, a sales manager at Trina Solar for the utility sector in Portugal and Spain. Oscar has been in the power generating sector for over 13 years. And although now he's working with PV modules, he has previously also worked with inverters. So I'm very excited to hear some insights from him. Oscar, let me jump right in with a question. How do you see the Spanish market?
Hello, Lorena. First of all, I would like to thank you so much for your kind invitation to participate in this call and have the opportunity to talk about this interesting topic from our Trina perspective. I will answer your question very simple. The market is here again. In the 2019 in Spain, in the utility scale business, we reached more than 3.5 gigawatts of installed base, promoted by the connection deadline of the 2070 action. But last year, despite the COVID situation, Spanish utility scale market finished with a 2.6 gigawatts of installed capacity. And residential and industrial market even grew more than 30%, finishing the year with almost 600 megawatts, which is completely incredible considering all the manufacturing and shipping restrictions, and taking into account that in Spain, we have a complete lockdown for more than 3 months.
Oh, Oscar, the market is very impressive indeed. And like you mentioned, the numbers that we have for 2020 in terms of installed capacity are still very high numbers, but unlike the numbers in 2019, there were no auction deadlines. So that even signals more about the markets in Spain.
Yeah, sure, but that's not all. According to the Spanish Photovoltaic Union figures, for the utility scale market, we will close this year with an installed capacity around 3 gigawatts, which is really impressive considering that this capacity has been all connected out of government actions, like for example in 2019. And in residential and industrial market, we will close the year with more than 1 gigawatt of installed capacity.
Wow.
And coming back to the auctions, it's important to keep in mind that this year, the government has launched 2 more actions in January and October that are part of their National Plan of Energy, in which they plan to have 39 gigawatts of installed base for the 2030, what means at least 3 gigawatts per year. But according to my opinion, we will far exceed these figures, because nowadays we have around 100 gigawatts of projects with connection point, and 8% of these projects are with full license ready to build. Therefore, as I mentioned at the beginning, the market is here again.
Indeed. And it's quite impressive to see these numbers, such as a 100 gigawatt pipeline, where if 8%, you're making the math really easy for me. So then 8 gigawatts around is already fully licensed and ready to build. So it's exciting to see what will come next. But to join that growth, we do need technical and technological improvements. And from Trina Solar, I'd love to hear your perspective on what are the current technological improvements that you are working on.
First of all, I would like to emphasize that our R&D team has done a very important job in terms of improving the efficiency of the cell, breaking many records in the last years. But that's not all. Now we have continued with improvements like the cell side. As many of you will know, we have defined a clear strategy to go with the 210 millimeter cell technology. And if you still don't know, no worries, we will continue with our marketing campaign. This technology is completely compatible with the residential and industrial market, using specifically thirds cut into thirds to fulfill with the more common current voltage rated for this market, but also give us the possibility to move one step forward in terms of CapEx and LCOE for the utility scale market. I suppose that your question is how? Using 210 millimeter half cut technology, because with this solution, we reduce the voltage of the modules, and this gives us the possibility to make longer strings, which reduces a lot of the DC cabling costs, foundations, rackings, and also if we consider our 670 watt high power modules, we have important savings in terms of logistic and installation. We are talking around 17,000 modules less for a 50 megawatt PV plant.
Wow, this is quite impressive. Although with the growth of PV modules, and I guess we're always constantly looking as well to grow their efficiency, but also their capabilities, I wonder about the spatial constraints that I think is starting to become an issue in Iberia. And I then ask you, how do you solve, or how does Trina plan to solve these spatial constraints?
For sure, we are thinking about this important topic. We are improving our solutions to accomplish with the customer requirements. I would like to remark on three important initiatives about this. The first of all, as I previously mentioned, increasing the efficiency. We have done strong efforts to maximize the efficiency of the module, including several upgrades in the Vertex technology, like increasing the busbar per cell from up to 12, using the non-destructive cutting, or reducing the distance between cells to achieve module efficiencies up to 21.6%. Second, as many of you will know, Trina Solar also has the Trina Tracker division. And because of this, we have the possibility to optimize the set of module and tracker for better performance. It's important to remark that for us it's crucial to keep the safety of the set of module and tracker. And because of this set has been extensively tested under the most restricted conditions in one channel with really impressive performance. And third, the other initiative to optimize the power density is the bifaciality, having the possibility to select all our portfolio of utility scale modules with the bifacial option. Talking about bifaciality, we have seen huge increase of demand on bifacial modules for all the ground-mounted systems. Obviously, due to the bifacial power gain, but also due to the lower annual degradation, the longer warranty, and the small price gap between monofacial and bifacial.
That's quite interesting. And the bifacial is definitely a trend that you can see in Iberia. Would you be able to put this in numbers? How have you seen the demand grow, let's say, in the past couple of years?
Yeah, maybe as an estimation, I will say that 2 years ago, it will be around not more than 10% or something like this. But in this year, according to all of the customers that we are continually talking, we have seen a huge increase of demands. I will say that more than 60% could be bifacial.
Wow.
For Spain is definitely the trend.
It's becoming the majority even.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
But then when we're talking about modules right now, and But now, still focusing on technology, but we've been focusing on modules, but of course it requires a team effort for a PV plant to work efficiently. So I wanted to ask you a little bit about the compatibility of the technology.
For this specific question, I would like to emphasize that some time ago, Trina took the decision to move one step forward with the release of the 210 millimeter cell technology. And this year, in the international Chinese exhibition SNEC, more than 60% of the module manufacturers launched 210 millimeter cell modules, which make us really think that we are on the correct way. It's important also to mention that all the mainstream manufacturers of central inverters, string inverters, tracking systems, they have confirmed us the compatibility of their new products with the 210 millimeter technology. In fact, Trina Solar has led the 600 watts alliance, where all actors in the PV value chain are being represented. I mean, wafers, cells, modules, integrators, inverters, trackers. This alliance tries to improve the 210 millimeter technology together with a common view on a standardization and compatibility for this technology.
Oh, great to hear about the 600 watts alliance. I'll make sure to read up on it, because indeed it is a lot of technical components that have to work on, and they're optimal together, right? So it's great to hear about that. And before we close off, I know we've been talking a little bit more specifics here, but I want to ask your perspective a bit on the future outlook. Being in the middle of it, being at Trina right now, I think you're great to maybe provide some insight on what is to come. What can we expect? What is the future of the PV module industry?
From our point of view, the next step forward in the industry will be the N-type cell technology. In fact, for us, it's not the future, is the present, because we have already shipped over 1 gigawatt of these modules with this technology. And now the transition from P-type to N-type will be driven by market demand. Our current position is to continue with the Vertex platform, keeping the same module sizing and adding the advantages of the N-type technology, like higher efficiency, lower first year and annual degradation, lower temperature coefficient, and higher bifacility level.
Well, that's good to know what to expect. And thank you so much, Oscar, for providing a framework and the context of the Spanish market, and also on the technical side, what are we seeing with modules and what can we expect to see? I'm very excited to see then in the continual future with this growth, what Trina comes up with and how you behave in Spain. But I'd like to thank you one more time for the conversation today and our viewers for watching.
It has been a pleasure to share our opinion with all of you, and we are looking forward to seeing you in the next interviews.
Thank you all.